Welcome to Era House, the channel dedicated to all things related to home design.
Trendy Vintage Decor, captivating rustic garden ideas you'll love. In the realm of garden design, there's a resurgence of interest in rustic aesthetics paired with vintage charm. Rustic gardens, with their weathered textures and classic elements, offer a captivating escape from the hustle and bustle of modern life. Imagine pathways lined with rugged stone, adorned with antique garden ornaments that tell stories of eras past. Picture quaint seating areas under pergolas draped in climbing roses, creating intimate retreats amidst fragrant blooms and the soothing sounds of nature. This article explores how to bring the allure of rustic vintage decor into your garden. Whether you're transforming a small urban plot or reimagining a sprawling countryside estate, these ideas will inspire you to create outdoor spaces that are not only visually stunning but also deeply evocative. From selecting the right plants to integrating salvaged materials and curating vintage furniture, discover practical tips to achieve a rustic garden that exudes timeless beauty and invites you to savor moments of peace and tranquility. Embracing vintage touches in your garden. Transforming your garden into a haven of vintage charm involves more than just planting flowers and shrubs. It's about curating a space that echoes the elegance and nostalgia of bygone eras. Whether you're drawn to the timeless appeal of Victorian gardens or the rustic simplicity of farmhouse aesthetics, integrating vintage touches can add character and warmth to your outdoor space. Tips for embracing vintage touches in your garden. Research and plan. Before starting, research different vintage garden styles such as Victorian, cottage, or Mediterranean, and plan how you can incorporate elements from these styles into your garden. Use salvaged materials. Hunt for salvaged materials like old doors, wrought iron gates, or antique garden tools at flea markets or salvage yards to add authentic vintage charm. Focus on plants with history, choose plants with historical significance or those that were popular in past eras. Look for heirloom varieties of vegetables, herbs, and flowers to evoke a sense of nostalgia. Create a focal point, designate a central feature like a vintage fountain, sundial, or ornate garden statue to anchor your garden and draw attention. Integrate vintage lighting, use vintage-style lanterns, string lights with Edison bulbs, or old-fashioned lampposts to create ambient lighting that enhances the nostalgic atmosphere, especially in the evening. Captivating rustic garden inspirations. Rustic gardens exude a natural, unpretentious beauty that celebrates the raw and organic. Imagine pathways lined with weathered stones, wildflowers dancing in the breeze, and wooden benches inviting you to pause and soak in the tranquility. By incorporating elements like reclaimed wood structures, antique garden tools, and native plantings, you can create a captivating rustic garden that feels like a retreat into nature's embrace. Tips for captivating rustic garden inspirations. Naturalistic planting. Mimic natural landscapes by planting in drifts or clusters rather than formal rows. This approach enhances the rustic feel and attracts pollinators. DIY projects with natural materials. Create garden structures or decor using natural materials like driftwood, stone, or reclaimed wood for a rustic aesthetic that blends seamlessly with the environment. Blend soft and hard landscaping. Mix soft elements like wildflowers and grasses with hard elements like weathered wood benches or stone pathways to achieve a harmonious rustic look. Encourage wildlife. Incorporate bird feeders, bee hotels, or butterfly gardens to attract and support local wildlife, adding to the natural charm of your rustic garden. Seasonal maintenance. Embrace the changing seasons by leaving seed heads for winter interest and pruning plants in early spring to encourage new growth while maintaining the garden's rustic appearance. Enchanting vintage garden furniture. Vintage garden furniture adds a touch of romance and sophistication to any outdoor setting. From wrought iron benches adorned with intricate designs to weathered wooden tables that tell stories of gatherings past, each piece contributes to the garden's unique ambience. Consider mixing and matching different styles and materials to achieve a curated look that blends seamlessly with your garden's overall theme. Tips for enchanting vintage garden furniture. Restoration and maintenance. Restore vintage furniture with care, using appropriate techniques to preserve its authenticity and functionality. Regular maintenance, such as repainting or varnishing, ensures longevity. Mix eras and styles. Combine pieces from different eras or styles, such as Victorian iron benches with a rustic wooden table, to create an eclectic yet cohesive vintage garden ambience. Comfort and durability. Choose cushions and upholstery fabrics designed for outdoor use to provide comfort without compromising the vintage aesthetic. Ensure furniture is weather-resistant and suitable for your climate. Accessorize with vintage finds. Enhance seating areas with vintage accessories like old-fashioned planters, antique garden tools displayed on walls, or vintage gardening books on nearby shelves for added charm. Create inviting spaces. Arrange furniture to create inviting gathering spots, such as a cozy seating area under a pergola or around a focal point like a vintage-inspired fire pit or outdoor fireplace. Transforming garden corners with classic decor. Every corner of your garden offers an opportunity to showcase classic decor that reflects your personal style and enhances the garden's visual appeal. Whether it's a stone fountain surrounded by lush greenery, a trellis adorned with climbing roses, or a quaint birdhouse nestled among flowering bushes, integrating classic decor elements adds depth and interest to your outdoor sanctuary. Tips for transforming garden corners with classic decor. Use vertical space, install trellises, arbors, or pergolas draped with climbing plants like roses or jasmine to add height and visual interest to garden corners. Incorporate water features. Integrate classic water features such as a stone fountain, bird bath, or small pond to introduce soothing sounds and attract wildlife to secluded garden corners. Add sculptural elements. Place antique statues, sundials, or decorative urns strategically in corners to create focal points and add a sense of history and elegance to your garden design. Utilize natural boundaries. Enhance garden corners with natural boundaries like hedges, shrubs, or ornamental grasses that provide privacy and define spaces while complementing classic decor. Seasonal variations. Change decor elements seasonally by swapping out plants in containers, updating accessories like cushions or throws, and incorporating seasonal flowers or foliage for continuous visual interest. Antique elements for a charming garden. Infuse your garden with the charm of yesteryears by incorporating antique elements that evoke nostalgia and whimsy. Think cast iron garden statues, vintage lanterns casting a soft glow at dusk, and weathered terracotta pots brimming with herbs and heirloom flowers. These timeless accents not only add visual interest but also create a sense of history and heritage within your garden space. Tips for antique elements for a charming garden. Curate a collection. Build a collection of antique garden elements over time, focusing on items like weathered terracotta pots, vintage garden tools, or wrought iron gates that resonate with your garden's theme. Blend old and new. Combine antique elements with modern conveniences like drip irrigation systems hidden within vintage-style planters or solar-powered lights disguised as antique lanterns for functionality without sacrificing charm. Highlight patina and texture. Embrace the natural patina and texture of antique items, allowing them to weather gracefully over time to enhance their charm and authenticity in your garden setting. Repurpose with creativity. Repurpose antique finds creatively, such as using an old wheelbarrow as a mobile herb garden or turning a vintage wash basin into a unique planter, to add whimsy and functionality to your garden space. Tell a story. Display antique elements strategically to tell a story about your garden's history or the cultural significance of certain items, sparking conversations and adding depth to your garden's ambience. Creating elegant vintage gardens. Elegance and vintage charm go hand in hand when creating a garden that transports you to a bygone era of grace and refinement. Consider formal garden layouts with symmetrical plantings, clipped hedges, and manicured lawns. Add touches like stone urns overflowing with cascading blooms, ornate wrought iron gates framing entrances, and vintage-inspired lighting to elevate the garden's aesthetic appeal. Tips for creating elegant vintage gardens. Focus on symmetry and balance. Design garden beds and pathways with symmetrical layouts and balanced plantings to evoke a sense of order and sophistication characteristic of formal vintage gardens. Incorporate formal elements. Integrate formal elements like clipped hedges, topiaries, or geometric patterns in paving or planting beds to create a structured and refined appearance. Select timeless plants. Choose classic plants and flowers known for their elegance and suitability to formal garden settings, such as roses, boxwood, hydrangeas, or lavender, to maintain a cohesive vintage theme. Use quality materials. Invest in quality materials for garden features like stone urns, wrought iron gates, or marble statues that withstand the test of time and enhance the timeless elegance of your vintage garden. Emphasize seasonal interest. Plan for year-round interest by selecting plants with varying bloom times, foliage colors, and textures to ensure your elegant vintage garden remains visually appealing throughout the seasons. Antique design plant pots for a rustic touch. Plant pots with antique designs lend a rustic charm and character to your garden, complementing the natural beauty of plants and flowers. Choose pots made from aged terracotta, ceramic with distressed finishes, or even reclaimed metal containers. These rustic touches not only provide functional vessels for your greenery but also serve as decorative accents that tie together the rustic theme of your outdoor space. Tips for antique design plant pots for a rustic touch. Create visual contrast. Mix antique design plant pots with modern containers to create visual interest and highlight the rustic charm of antique pieces in your garden design. Group according to theme. Arrange antique design plant pots in clusters or along pathways, grouping them by color, texture, or plant type to create cohesive and eye-catching displays in your garden. Consider scale and proportion. Choose plant pots in different sizes and shapes to add dimension and balance to your garden, ensuring they complement the surrounding plants and architectural elements. Personalize with plant selection. Select plants that complement the antique design plant pots and enhance their rustic charm, such as herbs, succulents, or flowering perennials known for their resilience and beauty. Maintain consistency. Maintain a consistent theme or color palette when selecting antique design plant pots to ensure they harmonize with other garden elements and contribute to the overall rustic aesthetic. Adding charm with retro garden decorations. Retro garden decorations inject a playful and nostalgic vibe into your outdoor oasis. Think colorful enamel replanters, vintage-style signage with whimsical sayings, and retro-patterned cushions for your garden furniture. By incorporating retro elements, you can create a fun and inviting atmosphere that harkens back to the carefree spirit of past decades while adding a modern twist to your garden's decor. Tips for adding charm with retro garden decorations. Choose a theme. Select a specific retro era or style, such as mid-century modern or 1950s diner-inspired, and incorporate decorations that reflect the colors, patterns, and materials popular during that time. Mix old and new. Blend retro garden decorations with modern elements to create a balanced and eclectic outdoor space that celebrates nostalgia while embracing contemporary design sensibilities. DIY retro projects. Create handmade retro garden decorations like painted wooden signs, DIY mosaic stepping stones, or upcycled vintage furniture pieces to add personalized charm and creativity to your garden. Focus on functional decor. Choose retro garden decorations that serve a dual purpose, such as colorful metal planters that also act as focal points or vintage-style lighting fixtures that provide ambience and practical illumination. Create vignettes. Arrange retro garden decorations in curated vignettes or groupings, incorporating plants, seating areas, and pathways to create cohesive and visually appealing retro-inspired spaces within your garden. Using classic items for your garden. Classic garden items such as antique tools, heirloom seeds, and traditional garden ornaments evoke a sense of tradition and craftsmanship in your outdoor space. Embrace timeless gardening practices like companion planting and heirloom gardening to cultivate a garden that not only flourishes but also pays homage to gardening techniques of generations past. Tips for using classic items for your garden. Invest in quality. Purchase durable and well-crafted classic garden tools, furniture, and accessories that withstand the elements and maintain their functionality and aesthetic appeal over time. Celebrate heritage plants. Grow heritage plants and vegetables that have historical significance or cultural importance, showcasing their unique traits and contributing to the authenticity of your classic garden design. Personalize with tradition. Incorporate traditional gardening techniques and practices, such as companion planting or heirloom gardening, to cultivate a garden that honors and preserves time-honored agricultural traditions. Display historical artifacts. Showcase antique gardening books, botanical prints, or vintage garden ephemera in your garden shed, greenhouse, or outdoor living space to celebrate the history and artistry of gardening. Curate a timeless collection. Collect classic garden items like antique planters, vintage watering cans, or heirloom seeds over time, curating a timeless collection that reflects your passion for gardening and appreciation of tradition. Plant and flower ideas for a rustic-style garden. Choosing plants and flowers that complement a rustic garden style involves selecting species that thrive in natural settings and evoke a sense of simplicity and rugged beauty. Opt for native wildflowers, herbs with medicinal or culinary uses, and heirloom varieties known for their resilience and unique characteristics. These choices not only enhance the rustic charm of your garden but also support local biodiversity. Tips for plant and flower ideas for a rustic-style garden. Choose native plants. Select native plants and wildflowers adapted to your region's climate and soil conditions, ensuring they thrive with minimal maintenance and support local biodiversity in your rustic garden. Create layered plantings. Arrange plants in layers or drifts, combining different heights, textures, and bloom times to create a naturalistic and visually appealing landscape that mimics the diversity of a wild meadow or woodland edge. Include edible landscaping. Integrate edible plants like herbs, fruit trees, or perennial vegetables into your rustic garden design, blurring the line between ornamental and functional gardening while adding seasonal interest and culinary delights. Designed for wildlife, plant pollinator-friendly flowers and provide habitat features like bird feeders, insect hotels, or water sources to attract and support local wildlife, enhancing the ecological value and natural beauty of your rustic garden. Seasonal maintenance. Embrace the seasonal changes in your rustic garden by planning for year-round interest with plants that offer seasonal blooms, foliage color changes, or winter structure, ensuring your garden remains vibrant and dynamic throughout the year. Stunning garden furniture from past eras. Garden furniture from past eras tells stories of craftsmanship and design, offering both functional seating and artistic elements in your outdoor space. From Victorian wrought iron benches to Adirondack chairs with a rustic finish, each piece adds a distinct personality to your garden while providing a comfortable spot to enjoy nature's beauty. Tips for stunning garden furniture from past eras. Restore with care. Restore vintage garden furniture using appropriate techniques and materials to preserve its historical integrity and ensure it remains functional and comfortable for years to come. Enhance comfort. Incorporate cushions, seat pads, or weather-resistant upholstery fabrics into your vintage garden furniture to enhance comfort without compromising its authentic appearance or durability. Position thoughtfully. Arrange vintage garden furniture in strategic locations, such as under a pergola, near a garden bed, or overlooking a scenic view, to create inviting outdoor spaces that encourage relaxation and enjoyment of your garden's beauty. Create cozy retreats. Design cozy seating areas or dining spaces with vintage garden furniture, adding accessories like outdoor rugs, lanterns, or decorative pillows to create a welcoming and intimate atmosphere for outdoor gatherings or quiet moments of reflection. Personalize with accessories. Customize vintage garden furniture with accessories like plant stands, side tables, or decorative accents that reflect your personal style and complement the overall aesthetic of your garden design. Blending nature and history in your garden. Create a harmonious blend of nature and history by integrating elements that reflect the cultural and natural heritage of your region. Consider planting heritage fruit trees, incorporating traditional garden layouts inspired by historical estates, or using reclaimed materials for garden structures. This approach not only celebrates the richness of history but also fosters a deeper connection to the land and its stories. Tips for blending nature and history in your garden. Research garden history. Explore the historical significance of gardens in your region or cultural heritage, incorporating design elements, plants, and materials that reflect and celebrate the rich history of gardening traditions. Create heritage plantings. Plant heirloom varieties, native species, or historically accurate cultivars that were popular during specific time periods or cultural eras, recreating garden landscapes that evoke nostalgia and cultural identity. Design with architectural features. Integrate architectural features like pergolas, arbors, or garden walls constructed from local materials or traditional building techniques that harmonize with the natural landscape and historical context of your garden. Celebrate cultural traditions. Host garden events, workshops, or tours that highlight the cultural significance of your garden's design, plantings, or historical artifacts, fostering community engagement and appreciation for garden history. Document and preserve. Maintain a garden journal, photographic records, or oral histories that document the evolution of your garden's design, plantings, and cultural influences, preserving the legacy and storytelling aspect of your garden's history for future generations. Reviving the style of gardens from the past. Reviving the style of gardens from the past allows you to rediscover and reinterpret timeless garden designs that have stood the test of time. Explore themes such as cottage gardens with their profusion of flowers, formal parterres with geometric patterns, or Japanese-inspired Zen gardens that promote tranquility and mindfulness. By resurrecting historical garden styles, you can create a living tableau that honors tradition while embracing innovation. Tips for reviving the style of gardens from the past. Study historical garden designs. Study the architectural styles, plantings, and layout principles of historical gardens through books, garden tours, or online resources to gain inspiration and insights into recreating authentic period garden designs. Adapt to modern contexts. Adapt historical garden designs to suit modern lifestyles, climate conditions, and sustainability practices by incorporating water-wise plants, eco-friendly materials, or low-maintenance gardening techniques while preserving the aesthetic and cultural integrity of historical garden styles. Experiment with period accents. Experiment with period-specific garden accents like ornate statuary, formal parterres, or intricate paving patterns that define the character and elegance of historical garden styles, adding layers of historical authenticity and visual interest to your garden design. Blend artistic elements. Blend artistic elements like sculpture, mosaic, or decorative arts into your garden design, reflecting the craftsmanship, cultural influences, and artistic trends of historical periods that inspire and enrich the visual narrative of your garden space. Educate and share. Educate others about the historical significance and design principles of gardens from the past through garden tours, educational workshops, or public exhibitions that showcase the beauty, cultural heritage, and enduring relevance of historical garden styles in contemporary garden design practices. Decorative accents for a characterful garden. Decorative accents play a crucial role in infusing personality and charm into your garden space. Choose accents such as vintage bird baths, mosaic stepping stones, and handcrafted garden sculptures that reflect your tastes and passions. These unique touches not only enhance the visual appeal of your garden but also create focal points that invite exploration and contemplation. Tips for decorative accents for a characterful garden. Personalize with handcrafted art. Incorporate handcrafted garden accents like mosaic stepping stones, ceramic planters, or wrought iron trellises that reflect your personal style, artistic preferences, and creative expression in garden design. Curate collections. Curate collections of garden art, antique finds, or themed decor elements like vintage signage, botanical prints, or garden sculptures that resonate with your garden's theme, storytelling, and aesthetic charm. Layer visual interest. Layer visual interest in garden design with decorative accents like textured planters, architectural salvage, or salvaged artifacts that add depth, dimension, and visual focal points to garden spaces, creating a layered narrative of character and artistic expression. Embrace seasonal themes. Embrace seasonal themes in garden decor with versatile accents like seasonal wreaths, festive lighting, or botanical displays that celebrate the changing seasons, holidays, or special occasions, transforming garden spaces into dynamic and festive environments throughout the year. Reflect personal passion, hobbies, or interests in garden decor with thematic elements, collectibles, or art installations that inspire creativity, storytelling, and personal connections in garden design, fostering a sense of ownership, identity, and emotional connection with your garden space. Enjoying a beautiful and unique vintage garden. Embrace the beauty and uniqueness of your vintage garden as a sanctuary that nurtures both body and soul. Take pleasure in the changing seasons, the symphony of birdsong, and the vibrant colors of blooms that evolve throughout the year. Whether you're savoring a quiet moment alone or hosting gatherings with loved ones, your vintage garden becomes a timeless backdrop for creating lasting memories amidst nature's splendor. Tips for enjoying a beautiful and unique vintage garden. Create tranquil retreats. Create tranquil retreats within your vintage garden with secluded seating areas, shaded pergolas, or cozy nooks surrounded by lush foliage and fragrant blooms that invite relaxation, reflection, and intimate moments of connection with nature. Host outdoor gatherings, garden parties, or social events in your vintage garden with functional seating arrangements, dining spaces, or entertainment areas that accommodate guests, celebrate special occasions, and create memorable experiences amidst the natural beauty and timeless charm of your garden setting. Celebrate seasonal changes. Celebrate seasonal changes in your vintage garden with seasonal plantings, festive decor, or themed displays that showcase the vibrant colors, textures, and natural rhythms of each season, transforming garden spaces into dynamic and ever-evolving landscapes throughout the year. Engage senses with nature. Engage the senses with nature in your vintage garden with sensory-rich experiences like fragrant herb gardens, tactile foliage, soothing water features, or melodious bird songs that enhance sensory perception, emotional well-being, and immersive connections with the natural world. Document garden journey. Document your garden journey with photographs, journal entries, or creative expressions that capture the evolving beauty, personal stories, and transformative experiences of your vintage garden, preserving memories, milestones, and the enduring legacy of your garden's unique character and timeless appeal. Conclusion. In the world of modern garden design, vintage rustic style has become an enticing choice for those seeking an experience rich in nostalgia and authenticity. Through the use of furniture and decorations that blend elements of the past with contemporary aesthetics, these rustic gardens not only bring captivating visual beauty but also create spaces that invite relaxation and contemplation. By combining elements such as stunning wooden furniture, natural plant touches, and artistic accents like stone fountains or classical sculptures, these rustic gardens successfully revive the charm of nature and long-lost beauty. Meanwhile, the integration of modern technology such as automated lighting or smart irrigation systems ensures that functionality is also maintained, making these gardens versatile spaces that can be enjoyed throughout the year. Thus, developing a vintage rustic decor style in garden design is not just a popular trend but also a statement of love for natural beauty and the preservation of traditional values. Whether you're looking for a space for personal reflection or to entertain guests in a warm and impressive atmosphere, these gardens offer unforgettable and meaningful experiences for anyone who enjoys them.